are the only ones fighting for the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. And me and my family and my attorneys and my team have marshaled every resource to get to the truth. It just feels like no one else wants it.
And Karen, just to be clear, you didn't do it.
We know who did it, Steve. We know. And we know who spearheaded this cover-up. You all know.
Yes, we do.
And no, she didn't do it. No, she didn't do it. This is an innocent woman. She didn't do it.
I tried to save his life. I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in his blood. I was the only one trying to save his life.
Why'd you admit to it?
She didn't admit to it. She didn't admit to anything close to that. Nothing close to that. And you should know that.
That was like 3 or 4 times she said it.
No, she didn't.
That's not true.
She asked a question.
It makes absolutely no sense. That is the Commonwealth grasping at straws. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
We have the 8 letters. We've seen them. We've read them. We are using them. The genie cannot be put back in the bottle.
Yeah, LTL true crime, we going deep in the dark. Yeah, peeling back the layers, expose the hidden mark. From the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie, getting into minds of the wicked, no alibi. LTL true crime, unraveling the web of evil. No stone left unturned, we dive into the prime. Yeah, we digging up the dirt, bringing justice to the crime. LTL true crime, unveiling dark realities every time. Yeah, LTL true crime, we going deep in the dark. Peeling back the layers, expose the hidden mark. From the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie, getting into minds of the wicked, no alibi. LTL true crime, go. We don't get live in the show, but then I'm not talking about it, it's so. Look at the place in your phone. No pienso echarla. No pienso echarla. We better hit that. Yo, we hit that, hit that. Better do what the boats. Hey, I think they'll true crime. I'm done with dark realities every time. This is yeah, I think they'll true crime. I'm done with dark realities every time. Yeah, LTL true crime. We going deep in the dark. Yeah, peeling back the layers, expose the hidden mark. Oh yeah, from the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie, getting into minds of the wicked, no alibi. LTL true crime. We going deep in the dark. Yeah, peeling back the layers, expose the hidden mark. Oh yeah, from the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie, getting into minds of the wicked, no alibi. LTL true crime, we going deep in the dark. Yeah, peeling back the layers, expose the hidden mark. Oh yeah, from the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie, getting into minds of the wicked, no alibi.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning here on the East Coast in the great state of Massachusetts. We are live right now on LTL True Crime. I'm streaming from, yes, right now, currently the bedroom, but I will be out of the bedroom in about a week into an operating studio. It is March 26, 2024, and welcome everybody back in. We have another hearing today in the Karen Reed case. This is a very important day because it will be the motion to dismiss. And what I wanted to do is come on live before that happens, and I will take you up through that hearing. I want to come on live and do a little bit of review. There was a segment that Vinnie Politan did about a day or two ago that I want to go through and play through before the actual hearing. But I want to show you what I've done this morning. I have... we're going to go out there. We have Tom CPU live right now. I have Vinny to the right. We can keep an eye on what's going on down there in court. Right now, Rita's speaking, so I'm going to bring her up, and then maybe we get to this Vinny video. Let's listen in what Rita is saying right now. See if I can get some volume. I had Rita on the show last night. If anybody wants to check out that replay, they can. Can't hear. Let's try this again. Can you hear? Let me know if you can hear. I will get this squared up. Let me work on this. Hang on, everybody. I'm going to work on it. Let me try this again. Bear with me. First time I've done this. We're working through it.
To get the defense that they needed, and maybe they consciously or they just are in there because they ran out of money. This is wrong. We need checks and balances in the system so that this can't happen to somebody else.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Rita.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
I'm
And
gonna get you back.
if you need anything, you let me know.
Here now.
Okay? I'm more than happy to help
Thank
you
you
out.
so much.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go. Let's
Thank
walk
you.
the line. Let's go to the top. Let's say hi to these people.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Tom on in the background.
Hey, what are you
here,
doing here?
and I'm going to play this.
How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Doing good.
And I can keep popping in with Tom, and then when the
Vinny
hearing
Politan,
starts,
thank you
what
so
I'm
much
gonna
for joining
do
us tonight here on Closing Arguments. Big hour. Let's get.
Is I'll have two split screens. I'll have Tom on live outside the courtroom, and I'll have the courtroom footage live as we can watch the hearing, and then I can cut back and forth if you want to hear that. But let's get some replay here from Vinny.
Right into it. We're going to talk about a case where I have one goal, one agenda, and it's justice. Justice for this man. Take a look. Former Boston police officer John O'Keefe, and the only reason he's a former is because he died. He was killed. He was left in the snow. The question is, how did that happen? If we get to the truth, we will have justice for Officer John O'Keefe, whatever the truth is, and we're going to need a trial to do that. Right now, prosecutors say this woman, Karen Reed, is the one responsible. She was back in court today. He was her boyfriend. They claim she struck him with a car, left him to die in the snow. She says she's being framed by the people in the house where he was discovered, including other officers who committed the killing, murder, and framed her for it. Let's take a listen, because she has a lot of supporters who show up even for pre-trial hearings like today. How many accused cop killers get cheers when they show up in court? I can count them on one hand. One, Karen Reed in Dedham, Massachusetts. So today was about several things, but most importantly, the defense is trying to prove this conspiracy by police. They believe that's what's happening, but they need to get more information, and they want some more phone records. Here's one of Karen Reed's attorneys arguing for access to those phone records.
And it wasn't just text messages between them. After first testifying that he didn't want to talk to Kevin Albert about the investigation, Brian Higgins later admitted that before he testified before the federal grand jury on June 1st of 2023, Higgins and Kevin Albert talked on the phone for a good 15 minutes. That was 2 days before he testified before the federal grand jury. Before he testifies to the feds, Brian Higgins is conferring with Kevin Albert, who's supposedly conflicted out of the case. So, my goodness, with all the allegations of witness intimidation thrown around by this DA's office and special prosecutors they appoint, why has Kevin Albert never been investigated for witness intimidation? And for that matter, why has Brian Albert never been investigated? We need this evidence, these phone records in admissible form. That's why we're filing this Rule 17 motion. We have more than met the requirements of Lampron. The records are relevant because they tend to show a cover-up. They're relevant because they show a Canton police officer inserting himself into a case in which his department was conflicted out precisely because he was an officer there. They're relevant because they impeach the credibility of Commonwealth witnesses who deny that they are a part of a conspiracy, yet the phone records tend to show they were conspiring together.
And don't forget, there's a federal investigation of the investigators in this case. And some of this information that the defense is getting is from that investigation.
You're welcome.
Did you follow that? So you got like the Department of Justice, FBI investigating the local.
So if you're just coming in, what I'm going to do today is do a split screen. I'm going to have Tom CPU live outside while we have the hearing going on. So you'll be able to watch a split screen. Right now, we're just playing a replay video until that hearing starts, and I'll get that queued up. This is from Court TV the other night, Vinnie Politan's segment, and does a lot of review on the last two hearings that we heard about in Karen's case. All right, let's keep playing through here.
Police and investigators in Massachusetts who are prosecuting Karen Reed, and her attorneys are getting information from the feds that they say helps them in this case. Never seen this before. So here's another question. What is the evidence in this case that he got struck by a car? Right? Because there's no eyewitness who saw this. No independent eyewitness who saw this. I mean, they're going to claim that Karen Reed saw it, but she's not going to say that on the stand. So what's the physical evidence here? Let's take a listen to Alan Jackson, Karen Reed's other attorney, talking about what he found out from the feds.
Now Mr. Lally has in his possession another thing from the feds that we didn't have access to. The federal investigators hired, independent of us, we had no idea, and independent of the Commonwealth, hired a professional reconstructionist, 3 PhDs, to look into exactly this issue. Did Karen Reed's car, did her SUV make contact with John O'Keefe? And their conclusion to a person was his injuries were inconsistent with the damage on the car. The damage on the car was inconsistent with having made contact with John O'Keefe's body. In other words, the car didn't hit him, and he wasn't hit by the car. Period. Full stop. That's their independent expert, not ours.
Okay, let's take a look at some more evidence related to this. We have a photo. This is the morning that John O'Keefe's body was found on this yard, and you can see the snow conditions. Now, it snowed overnight. I don't think there was this much snow when Karen Reed was dropping him off because it really hadn't started yet. But this is the level of snow cover that we're talking about when John O'Keefe's body was found and discovered early in the morning. You could see the police arriving there as well. Now, let me give you some of the details about John O'Keefe's body. He was wearing 2 shirts, jeans, and had 1 sneaker on. And I'm not sure, sneaker, tennis shoe, whatever you call it in your part of the country. I don't know where the other one is. Approximately 6 inches of snow covering him. Again, it snowed overnight, so he had to be on the ground for a while. He's located on the left side of the yard, about 8 feet from the street. 8 feet from the street on the yard. He's found lying on his back, bleeding from his face and nose, surrounded by drops of blood and shards of glass. Have some more photos for you. There she is backing up the following morning. Does she strike the car? Would that cause something to happen to her taillight? Is her taillight damaged? Because it should be damaged at this point, because they say she's already run him over and killed him. So look at the taillight, and I think it's gonna be that back right one. Is it damaged by backing into that car in John O'Keefe's driveway afterwards? Or is it even damaged enough that it looks like it would have done everything that happened? Because remember, the defense is saying, oh no, they took the taillight afterwards and planted evidence. They were playing around with the car and they planted evidence after the fact. How would they do that? When would they do that? Take a listen.
All right, let me just try something here. I'm going to bop out. I just want to move up something here. Give me 2 seconds. I will go back to the video. Again, we're just waiting for the hearing to start. I just want to try something here. I apologize. This is all a part of streaming and experimenting. So let me start this up. Let's try this. I will go back. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to bring up the page again. That's a little better. Now, let me move myself up. Here, we'll try. Just bear with me 2 seconds. I am experimenting here. Nothing like a little experimentation, right? Right? All right, what do we got? All right, let's play this. Tom, live, back to Vinny. Tell me.
Because remember, the defense is saying, oh no, they took the taillight afterwards and planted evidence. They were playing around with the car and they planted evidence after the fact. How would they do that? When would they do that? Take a listen. Police Chief Berkowitz on February 4th, 2022, 6 days after John O'Keefe was found dead. I was working as the detective sergeant when I was contacted by Lieutenant Gallagher, who advised me that Chief Berkowitz was at 34 Fairview Road. That's the scene of the death, and had possibly discovered more evidence. 6 days afterwards, discovering more evidence. He directed our attention to the area where O'Keefe had been discovered. I was able to observe a red broken piece of hard plastic, which appeared to have been broken off of a motor vehicle light fixture. The temperature overnight had reached 45 degrees with heavy rain, which melted much of the snow from the storm. This revealed much of the area that had originally been covered in deep snow. I showed you the pictures of the snow, how much there was. Defense is going to say it was planted. Prosecution is going to say, well, we didn't find it at the scene because it was covered by snow. Should they have shovels? I don't know. Let's take a listen to the prosecutor talking about what he found in the bumper of Karen Reed's car. This is important.
Down there. See if we can get Paul live.
Damages to the right rear corner panel of the defendant's vehicle. Embedded within the bumper to that vehicle is pieces of a cocktail glass. The victim, Mr. O'Keefe, is last observed on surveillance video, external surveillance video from the Waterfall establishment that he left just prior to going to 34 Fairview, with a cocktail glass in his right hand. Same arm that's injured, the same type of glass that is then recovered from the bumper of the defendant's car.
Okay, bar hopping, has a glass, takes it from the bar, has it in the car as they're going to the house, gets out of the car, and then when he gets struck and murdered by Karen Reed, that cocktail glass breaks and ends up in her bumper. That's the prosecution theory. What is this evidence consistent with? What unanswered questions need to be answered? Like I said, I'm just a lawyer. I need an expert. Let's bring in the best. Our special guest, crime scene expert, key forensic witness, and star of the trial of Alex Murdaugh, owner of Kenny Kinsey and Associates, Dr. Kenneth Kinsey is back with us. Great to see you tonight. How are you?
Great, Vinny. Glad to be back, and thank you for asking.
Let's start here. We laid out some of this evidence. We tried to send you some more evidence, some pictures that we can't show on television. What's your initial gut reaction to this evidence, right? What is the first thing that's coming to your mind as you're examining some of the circumstances and the evidence and the allegations here that she struck him while doing a K-turn? So I don't know how fast you do a K-turn, a three-point turn. We call them K-turns in Jersey, where you would change directions, right? So you're going to pull out, pull back, and then pull away. What are your thoughts tonight, Dr. Ken Kinsey? Kenny.
Vinny, looking at the injuries that I looked at earlier, they abound in the bumper of the vehicle. I mean, there's so many ifs that we just don't know, but this physical evidence will not be very important if whoever's examining it can't find a source.
Okay, how about where he's found? 8 feet from the street. Now, the snowstorm hadn't really hit when he was getting out of the car. Maybe it had just started. It was cold, but the storm was coming, right? Then while he's laying on the ground, all the snow falls on top of him. How about the fact that he's 8 feet from the street? Does that have any significance to you? And what other type of evidence would you expect to find if he's struck by a car and ends up 8 feet from the street on the yard?
Well, Vinny, 8 feet, that's 2 times the width of a sidewalk. That doesn't necessarily bother me at all. It just depends on the driver. You know, there's a lot of factors. Was there any intoxication involved?
Yes.
You know, was he struck
no doubt
and thrown?
No doubt. There was he had been drinking. She had been drinking. There's no doubt there. There's video of them inside the bar, so we know that for a fact.
Yeah, and I mean, was he thrown there? It's so hard to tell without the variables, but one thing's for sure, snow doesn't put injuries on you and impressions on you. And so either on top of the snow or under the snow, they should find something that corresponds, something that caused these impressions on this victim's arm. And if they didn't find that, this evidence is, you know, only helpful to the defense, in my opinion.
Are you concerned that a piece, an alleged piece of that tail light is found 6 days later by the Canton police chief, who happens to be, for whatever reason, going by? Because he's not the investigating agency. Canton police are out of it because of the conflicts. Are you bothered by them not finding it on the day that they found his body?
It's definitely concerning, Vinny, but I've mentioned many times, I've never worked a perfect crime scene, and, you know, very few people can ever claim they have. My problem with that theory is that how would they have known that the defendant backed her car? She definitely made contact with that other vehicle in that video. Now, was it enough to break that lens? And my question that I asked myself, how would this other individual have known to go there and look for that plastic, to go and, you know, plant it at the scene? So, you know, you got to look at some staging. If these theories are true, you got to cover up, which is a conspiracy. You got some staging, and then you got ad hoc or premeditated. You know, being that alcohol and possibly anger was involved, I would probably say it wasn't premeditated at the time that, you know, this police officer lost his life. But there are a lot of reasons that people stage crime scenes. So it just depends. But the evidence is the evidence, like you mentioned earlier, and snow or no snow, somebody better be finding something that caused these impressions, because if not, I think it gives plenty of reasonable doubt.
Let's talk about the speed of the vehicle. Is that part of the equation here? Like, does a car need to be going a certain speed to cause that kind of damage, to take the life of someone? And again, the theory here from prosecutors is that she backed into him. Whether, you know, initially they...
So if you're just joining the live, what we're going to do here is we have Tom's CPU on my left-hand side of the screen. He is currently live. And when the court hearing starts, I will keep Tom's live feed up to the left-hand side of the screen. I don't know what side it is for you. I'll keep that muted, and we can watch what's going on outside, and I'll have the court stream live to the right-hand side of the screen. Right now, we're just playing a little bit of review, waiting for the court hearing to take place. Obviously, when Karen walks in, I'll go full screen with Tom. We can see Karen walk in, and then we'll go back to the split screen with the outside shot of Tom just constantly going muted, and we'll be able to watch the hearing. Okay, let's keep going through this.
They said it was not on purpose. Then they looked at more evidence. They said the backup cameras were working. They found some voicemail messages where she's screaming at him, calling him different names. So they feel like there was some problems in the relationship. The backup camera works in her vehicle. Is there a certain speed, do you think, that they would need to cause these types of injuries? Is that a question that needs to be answered as well?
I believe speed is definitely an element. You've also got to look at the positioning of the victim. How high was the victim? How fast was the vehicle moving? Because if that vehicle's moving fast enough and that victim is high enough, you're going to have two impacts. You're going to have the vehicle hit the victim and then the victim strike the vehicle because of the momentum.
He's
so
about
all of that comes into play.
He's about 6'4", and
yeah, but I'm saying height of the vehicle, you know, was it on the sidewalk? Was it in the driveway? I mean, all that comes to account. Generally speaking, if you're going to run over someone backwards, they've got to be at a pretty low position or they've got to be pinned between two objects. But I'm certainly not suggesting that it can't happen other ways.
So let's get back to the 8 feet now. So if you're backing into someone, running them over backwards, would you push them? Would their momentum push them backwards, or would they get run over? Would they get pushed back? Would we be looking for tire tracks on the yard?
All of the above, Vinny. Certainly, if their midline or the center of gravity of their body is under the mass line for the vehicle, I would believe that it would push them down. It would be like a blade of grass with a lawnmower. If that vehicle's moving fast enough and they're above that midline, I believe you're going to see what we associate with the hit and run in the movies. You're going to see that body ejected and moved over that vehicle.
Great information tonight, as always. We need experts, and we got the best for you, folks. Kenny Kenzie, thank you so much. Have a great night. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Vinny.
All right, folks, when we come back, let's
cut into Tom. We'll see if anything's going on out there. Just give me a moment. I'm going to readjust the screens here, and then I'm still waiting to see a court feed, but we'll cut into Tom. We'll see what's going on live down there. Tom CPU.
From the back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you walk up this way from the back parking lot.
Well, the whole attorney team's here. They're gonna probably have, you know, at least 2 here.
No. They'll park back here and walk up, I'm sure of
it. And then when we go back,
hoping she doesn't walk. Well, I hope she walks up that way.
Tom outside in the hearing.
How you doing, dear?
Just waiting to see if I can get.
How we doing?
Anything posted yet?
There was a lot of traffic.
Yeah, the traffic was bad, but you can't.
There was like a tractor trailer that got stuck under the tunnel or something.
Oh my God! A tractor trailer under the tunnel. Oh my. Let me just double check.
I'm JP.
Yeah.
My name.
Yeah. She usually walks up. If she's gonna walk, we don't know if she's gonna take this right or go down there. I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go find out right now.
Tracy.
I'm getting out of your way. Look at Chrissy.
When the hearing starts, we'll go back full split screen. We'll have Tom.
Where is Shay?
Just waiting to see if I can find a feed for it. I haven't seen a feed.
I don't see her.
Court
How are
TV
you?
there today?
Did you get a new phone yet? Did they have to pay for it?
No, I haven't got that. Hold on, I'm still dealing with it.
I want to go with you when you go to that.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
But I got it on 2 different cameras. Like she don't know I got it on this one. I got it on that one. So.
Yeah, good, good.
We're good. Not a big
I
deal.
think everybody thought it was what's her name because they both have white covers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they both have.
And I don't
white
know
covers.
these people's names.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for somebody here. Yeah, Kelly.
She's up.
Where?
Don't tell Paul to check his phone.
Way in the back. You guys get questions ready.
And once the hearing starts, I'll go back full split screen. We'll have the outside view. I'll just mute that stream and then we'll play the courtroom stream. Of course. I just can't find anything yet. Nothing's posted. Does anybody see anything posted yet?
You stop!
Liberty and justice for all!
Who is that?
Liberty and justice for all! Jesus loves you!
You listen to Kevin?
Jesus loves you!
Waste of time.
Oh, thank you, Joyce.
It's snowing,
that was
right?
a great show last night. We did the DIN stream.
Okay, seems like
Thank
it.
you. Watched my Diddy stream last night.
Trying to get her attention without getting her attention. All right, we're going for a walk. I'm gonna try and get you guys as much footage as I can.
Good morning. Waiting the arrival of Karen, and we'll go full split screen. Yeah, it is a little vertical. Oh, Tommy. I can't
See, if
find
she comes from down there, I'll run down there for you
a live
guys.
feed yet of Karen's hearing.
But I don't know where she's gonna
Canton
come
has it.
in. So it's just one of them things.
Does anybody see a live feed yet?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Good to see you again, actually. Can you do me a favor? Can you stand over there? Keep an eye out.
Karen. Where is the hearing? I don't see it anywhere.
I don't know if she's talking down the back. And if she does, I can zip across and run down the street. All right. Or if
Yeah,
you come around
usually
here.
what they do.
Because
Yeah,
it's so cold,
you're
I
right.
would probably think down here, but we don't know. So, possible. They've done it before.
They've been coming that way.
Yeah. And then I'm told it's this side. So, I don't know. It could be the other side. He would know. Have him keep an eye out. She's supposed to come that way. She's supposed to come that way.
Paul, pick up your phone. I sent you a
Come from the back.
message.
Then I come from the back.
Someone tell Paul to check his
What's
phone.
this? What's with the blue lights? You all set? Okay.
I sent Paul a message. Tom running? What are you doing, Tom? Oh, geez. Tom, don't get hit. We're waiting the arrival. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Waiting the arrival of Karen. We'll go live to the court. What we got? And once they go live, I'll do a split screen. I'll keep the outside live stream with Tom, and then obviously the courtroom hearing. I promise I will not talk.
That's actually, I like coming over to my spot.
Good eye. Like that. That was good.
Nice, right?
That was good.
I like just staring at them like they're walking by.
Yeah.
When they get to the crowd.
Now I don't even want to Yeah. Hopefully Karen's coming next.
Yeah, last
I don't
time
see
Karen
anything with Karen.
Right. But that's not today.
Where is the feeds? Come on, buddy. Does anybody see a feed pop up yet? Or has anybody seen a feed pop up yet? Oh, look who it is.
They get to just walk right in.
Nikki Rhodes. Yeah, I don't see anything yet either.
See, they just get to walk right in, no problem. We get to wait in line. That's what we get to do. That's not right. They get dropped off in an unmarked cruiser. That's real good too. How's that happen? The freak here. Seriously, guys? That's bold shit. Brr, it's cold out here.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet either. We are on the cusp of breaking 18,000 subscribers this morning. We're at 17,997. I appreciate everybody being part of the LTL family. We got lots of big things planned for this channel. I cannot wait. Fox 25 said they'll be live. Perfect. And I'll be able to boost.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm over here trying to get Karen coming out of the car. And little birdie told me that she's going to be coming on this side. So
we're on the cusp.
Kind of away from the crowd. I hope everyone's doing very well. It's cold out here.
Oh, we just broke 18,000. Just broke 18,000 subscribers. Thank
Brian
you.
Hale Photography's here, taking some really good pictures. Dateline's here. Yeah. Our usual crowd. Usually this is usually what we get for a good crowd. You know, good turnout. And here we are again.
Yeah. That's one of
at the courthouse.
Why I didn't go down there today. I'll be honest.
Waiting for Karen.
I'm just gonna pause, mute it really quick. Yeah, it's been the biggest concern with me because I live on the complete opposite side of the courthouse, so it's very hard for me to get down there in the morning. I probably would have sat in 2 hours of traffic this morning, and not made it. So you know, the 9 o'clock hearing is a little hard for me to get down there. Obviously, the last two we did with TB, but that's why I didn't head out this morning. So I'm going to link inside the courtroom. I am, yes, and I will have the outside stream playing at the same time so we can keep an eye on what's going on. I'll have a split screen, court hearing on one side, Tom on the other, and we'll do it that way. And if anything major comes up, I can go to each single. There's probably Karen right there.
Is this her, you think?
No,
I mean,
think she pulls up in the head.
it's a livery.
Thank you. 18,000.
Who's streaming?
Well, you right now.
They're doing my stream? Okay. Cool. Cool.
That's probably
Let me say hi to Cherry.
Yeah. Cherry. Yeah. Cherry's awesome. It is? Definitely? So she's got to get out this way then. Okay.
We're getting there, Crime Sleuthin'. We're getting there. Still got a long
The vehicle.
way to go for LTL.
We have the target.
Long way to go. Plenty more things to do here.
There's full of people in it. There it is. There it is.
We're going to watch Karen walk in, and then hopefully we get to the live stream. I'll pull both of them together, the outside and the inside view. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate it. It's Karen's father. Karen giving the hi, Tom.
How are you, sir? Good to see you.
How are you?
What a great shot. Good job, Tom. Good job, Tom. I think I'm a little bit behind here on the stream. I'll catch up in a second.
All right, I'm gonna cry.
Dateline is there. Wow. All right, let's catch up on the stream. I'm a little bit behind. Listen, things happen.
25 does it.
Hearing
25 was louder.
Get it from me.
But 25 was louder last time. Remember, we couldn't hear it. My other one like this. Yeah, they broke it good.
Any links to a stream?
Happy birthday.
Any links to a stream?
Yeah, you're late. You gotta go. You gotta go. You're gonna be late. 9:02. You gotta go.
I don't see any stream. Anybody see a link to a stream? The hearing. Where's the hearing? No one broadcasted it today. This is a big motion today. Motion to dismiss. Nothing.
Well, I can't. I still. Her father coming here. You know that was a big thing, guys. I don't know why, but man, that was really nice to see.
Yeah, the bridge is like a big thing right now. I don't know why. Essentially
yeah,
huge.
See her dad like that. That's
no live stream.
Man, that's very
hearing.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I see a stream. Let me grab that.
Hey, Scott.
Excuse me. Hang on, bear with me. Got it. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get this set up. I promise it'll be great. You can hear me. That's not live. Yeah, that's not a live. That's not the live link. Nothing. No links. No one's there with a freaking camera today. What's going on?
Wow, that wind is crazy. Wow. Let these people in. What's up?
Did everybody not know that the hearing was
9 o'clock.
What is going
9
on?
o'clock. Let's go.
What's up?
Public
They get to walk right in.
Public building. Let's go. Pay taxes.
Why do they get to walk right in?
No live stream.
That ain't right.
Hearing today.
We've been here so
Someone
long.
dropped
They
the
walk
link.
right in.
Can't find it.
What's up with that?
Is it on the Boston 25
Wow.
website?
That's just
Someone
freaking
send
something
me a
not right
link,
there.
something. I'm getting
Wow.
NBC 10. All right.
No, you gotta tell me how you been.
Too bad, how are you?
Good, I'm moving.
I want to let you hang for a little bit.
Yeah. No, I get it. Hey, how come they don't let us in, man? They let them other people walk right in.
How'd they call?
Who makes that call?
I wish I could tell you.
Is it my lead guy up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
But is it that lead guy, you think?
I don't know.
That's got to stop. These
They
people,
tell
we
him.
wait in line since 7
I
o'clock,
heard yes,
man.
it's 7:30.
It's just, you
Got
know,
it. All
and
right.
then taping us off. And I mean, let these people in. Let them sit. You know?
Not the way I wanted it to work out.
Okay.
It's always the same trooper.
I know, it's the same guy. He's a good guy. He don't mean well. Yeah. I talk to him all the time. Same
Trying to do
trooper.
something here. I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do.
He knows all of us.
I know.
Shit. I don't even.
Shout out time.
Okay, who do you want to shout out?
It's all right. All right. I'm going to try to work on doing the split. I just can't find I need to find a link on YouTube to be able to do the split. If someone can find me the hearing live on YouTube, let me search around because I want to do the split. This is why I wanted to do this. So we can keep an eye on outside and do the courtroom. Not working out the way I want it right now. What's with the stall with letting everybody in? What's with the stall tactic? Yeah, it's interesting, right? Very, very interesting. I don't see Jackson. I don't see Yannetti. Paul, click on the link I sent you. Click on the link. You're outside live. I'd love to have you come in really quick on the show live from outside the courtroom. Just scroll up and click that link. I'll pull you in live for a second. You can give us a live view because I can't get the live view outside at the same time. See if I can get Paul in here. Paul's live outside the courtroom right now. Do a little man on the street interview. Oh, it's okay, Paul. But if you click that link I sent you, you can come into the show really quick. I'll bring you up. Give us a little man on the street. I had a plan, but my plan didn't work today. It's all right. Can't believe it. No one is streaming this. Lauren Crime is not. Court TV is not. Yeah, could be a delay, yeah. All right, we're waiting. Yeah, the tunnel. What is the delay? It is strange. It's very strange. There's Lunchbox slamming his books, his papers and his books down on the desk. This guy just doesn't want to be there. This guy doesn't want to be there. Nothing yet. We're waiting. So it says, someone said, check the docket. Commonwealth motion for buffer zone. What? Lally's probably ripping butts in the parking lot again. There's a huge line outside. Trying to see if any other channel is streaming. Nothing. He needed to haul down some smokes. Paul, did you get the link I sent you? Click on that link. Come into the show real quick. Give us a man on the street. What the hell's going on out there? I'll send it to you again. Just click in, allow it. I'd love to get you on camera for a second. I'm going to send you the link again. Just click that link. We'll pull you up real quick. I just sent it to you. See if I can get Paul in here. Give us a little man on the street real quick before court starts. Oh, there's Paul. Let me bring him in. What's up, Paul? How are you?
Hey, what's going on? 1 second. I'm driving
yeah.
here.
Take your time. Let me mute.
Can you hear me?
Quick. Yeah. How are you?
I'm having troubles. 1 second.
No problem.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
Technical issues here.
Can you hear me? Poor Paul. We can see Paul. Can we hear Paul? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm having some technical issues. Sorry, Brian. I can't hear a thing.
No problem. I don't know if he's getting it. He might have some issues. I'll bring him back in after. He might have a hard time getting the camera on. All right, I'll boot him out for now. He'll come back once he gets things squared up. All right, here we go. Trying to get Paul, man on the street down there. That's what it looks like, Mary. That's a little ridiculous. It's the power grab. It's the power grab. Yeah, I don't really like doing it. It doesn't really look too great. Let me see if I can bring Paul back in. What's up, Paul? How are you?
That's a little bit better. How you doing?
What's up, buddy? So what are you doing? You waiting inside the courthouse now, or?
No, I have a family obligation I have to take care of, so I just went till 9 and had to leave.
Gotcha. What was the mood down there today?
It was good. It started out slow. I'll be honest with you. It was a little quiet at first. I think the weather kept people in their cars or something until about 8:30, and then it packed up.
Hey, there's a rumor that's going on right now that supposedly the Commonwealth filed a motion to keep people back, the Turtle Riders, 500 feet back from the courthouse. Is that true? Did you hear
That
anything?
is true. That is true. And I actually got a heads up about it this morning from one of the court officers.
Unbelievable.
It has something to, the way I'll tell you the truth. The way they explained it to me sounded normal. Any big trial with a jury, they usually don't let protesters out front. I don't know if that's true or not.
What?
So
this is insane. I mean, it's just like huge, overreach, more overreach by the Commonwealth, a power grab to try to take control because they know that they're going to lose here and lose big time. And they're trying to put on this facade that they have control. They don't. I mean, you're looking at we're looking at Lally right now. The guy doesn't look like he wants to be there. He wants to be out in the parking lot ripping butts.
100%. He was probably late. That's probably why it's starting late. I don't know what time he came in then.
He did walk in late, and everybody in the chat was like, late.
Because when we're sitting outside, they don't let us in the court until Lally gets there.
Unreal. So what was the mood outside today? Does everybody feel confident about this motion to dismiss? What do you think?
The mood was everyone's confident. I don't think they're confident it's going to be dismissed. Everyone's pretty set that it's going to go to trial unless Josh Levy and crew step in.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I have that strange feeling too. But I'm going to tell you, I mean, with Jackson Unetti on this, I mean, when you just listen to them in all of their presentations in court. I don't know how a jury could not see that Karen didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, it's proven. I mean, every hearing we're getting now, more information comes out that says Karen did not do this. They're literally proving it, and it's going to be amazing if this goes to trial and we see those witnesses get on that stand and Jackson Unetti fire away, like firecrackers at them and just crush them.
I think the biggest surprise today is if you can look at the courtroom, there is no Unetti or Jackson today.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It is interesting. So it'll be interesting to pan out what happens from
feeling
today.
about that. And you know what's crazy? Karen is wearing really light blue today. I've never seen her wear that color before. Is it interesting?
I've never seen her, and not that I pay that close attention, but she was in a sort of a skirt dress today too, light blue. Yeah. Looking professional as normal.
Absolutely.
But no Jen McCabe today, no Chris Albert today.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens here. I'll be honest with you, Paul. I think my jaw would hit the floor if Bev walked in, said a small speech, and said dismissed. I really would, because I feel like the Commonwealth wants to push this all the way through to trial, and I think it's going to be an absolute embarrassment for the Commonwealth if they continue to keep pushing this, because we know that Karen Read is factually innocent. I mean, it's being proven.
Yeah, I think that and it says it in the motion to disqualify that Morrissey has a vested interest that this goes to trial.
It's so interesting. Why?
Because if it doesn't go to trial, that makes him look more guilty.
Right.
So that's what I think it's at.
Right, and they've been pursuing this false lead, and it's just going to make them all look like even more jackasses if this gets thrown out. So interesting. All right, Paul, I'll let you go. I don't like to get people when they're driving, but I appreciate you popping in real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Depending on how long it goes today, I'll be back there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and if you want to check back in, just click that link, pop back on. We'll bring you back up.
All right. Hopefully this thing starts soon.
I know. All right, Paul. Take care.
Thanks, Brian. Bye, everybody.
All right, see ya. All right. We have Paul Cristoforo, man on the street. We're still waiting for the hearing to start here. Hearing is late. Lunchbox Lally, huffing and puffing those butts. I still cannot find a YouTube feed. Huffing and puffing the butts. What about Diddy yesterday, huh? Raided 2 homes, and that LA mansion was insane. I did a stream on that last night. You can go back and check out the replay if you want. Darcy says, hurry up. My boss will catch me doing this. We don't know. We don't know. I haven't seen the Miami. They had the Navy there. Holy crow. Wow, that's insane. I want to thank everybody for jumping in and watching LTL True Crime today. I promise when the hearing starts, I will zip my lip. I will enhance the audio so you can hear it better. And yes. And where was Diddy? We'll do the. Whoa, look at the Sweden checking in. Hello. Good morning, Sweden. But I will be quiet during the hearing, I promise. If you're a first-time subscriber here, make sure to subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, smash that liketh button. We like that. And if you want to support my channel in any way, my link is pinned to the top. If not, you can cash at me at $LTL podcast. And I have a QR code that you can scan at the top right-hand side of the screen as well, too. Or super chat or join a member, become a member. Members, we like our members. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you, Paula. Great mods. We have great mods here and we have a great chat. I appreciate you all for being here. Still can't find a Karen Reed stream live on YouTube. Just a single stream. That's all I want. No one's streaming it. No single streams. Oh. I think we're going to stop. Channel 25. Yeah, but I want it on the YouTube feed, not just the website. Got it. Sick. All right. I think I can do what I've been wanting to do here. Let's do this. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Courthouse versus Karen Reed. Can I have counsel identify themselves for the record, starting with the Commonwealth?
I'm Lally for the Commonwealth. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lally.
Morning, Your Honor. Laura McLaughlin for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Mr. McLaughlin. Good morning, Ms. Unetti.
And good morning, Your Honor. Ian Henke on behalf of Karen Reed. Attorney Jackson should be with us on this.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Henke. Good morning, Mr. Jackson, and good morning, Ms. Reed. All right, so in court are counsel who will argue the motions for today. And there's only Mr. Henke and Ms. Unetti. When I set dates on the modified scheduling order, I set dates that were convenient to the parties in recognition of mainly defense counsel's trial schedule. And last week I renewed the Good morning, Ms. Unetti.
God, it's fucking audio.
Good morning, Mr. Henke. Good morning, Mr. Jackson, and good morning.
Oh, I shouldn't have dumped out of that audio.
So, in court are counsel who will argue the motions for today. And there's only Mr. Henke and Ms. Unetti. When I set dates on the modified scheduling order, I set dates that were
I know. I'm going to try to get the audio back on the other stream. I'm working on it.
trial schedule. And last week I renewed the Pro Hoc Vici motion. But I see Mr. Jackson chose not to be here today, and so counsel will argue the motion here this morning. So, but
I'm working on it.
I have been told repeatedly from both Mr. Jackson and Mr. Unetti, and I do understand completely that Mr. Unetti cannot be here today. He's certainly excused from being here today. But I was told that there would be a is waived. So what we have today are two motions regarding Rule 14 obligations. So who's going to argue? Is it Ms. Unetti or?
I will be arguing.
Okay, so I need you at a
Better.
microphone.
Sorry,
so
everybody.
I will hear you on the
I'm
motion
sorry.
where you're looking for notes,
It's a stressful
reports,
day for me.
memoranda, and logs.
Thank you. Your Honor, at the outset, I just want to note that as this court is aware, we have a motion pending before the court to disqualify the Norfolk DA's office from this case. Our position, therefore, is that the DA's office should not be participating in this case or arguing any motions, including this one. And I raise this issue just to alert the court that we are not waiving any objection to their continued involvement in the case.
Okay, so I haven't decided that because I was waiting for the motion for egregious conduct, motion for sanctions, or motion to dismiss based on egregious governmental misconduct, because I needed to be assured that that was different than the motion to disqualify. If I had known it was not coming, and maybe no intention of filing it, I would have decided that motion by now.
Your Honor, it was a strategic decision
Okay.
for us not to file that motion. It's not because it wasn't meritorious. It was a strategic decision.
All
only.
right. You made representations that you were, therefore the other motion, I have not acted on that yet.
I just want you
So-
to note the objection, please.
Yeah, the objection's noted, so please move on to the merits
Yes.
of your discovery request.
Absolutely. Your Honor, we're asking for material that fits squarely within the parameters of Rule 14. Statements were made to investigators in this case, including to Mr. Lally and to his staff, and in certain conversations, the state police were even present. Statements of witnesses are simply discoverable. Although they lodged general objections to each of our requests, and these were really boilerplate objections, the Norfolk DA's office appears to be arguing that these witness statements contained in their notes of their conversations, multiple conversations, are all work product. Neither this court nor we are in a position to judge whether the notes are strictly work product without actually seeing the notes. Work product is defined as legal research, opinions, theories, or conclusions. And to be clear, we are not interested in the Norfolk DA's office's opinions, theories, or conclusions. To the extent that these notes contain work product along with the statements, we are fine with the work product being redacted. We are not interested in their work product, but it is important for us to know whether their notes contain any statements of witnesses, and if they do, they should be turned over to us. Otherwise, discoverable material is not off limits simply because a prosecutor writes something in the margins of a document. That would give an attorney the power to keep otherwise discoverable materials out of the hands of a party who should legally be entitled to see the material. At a minimum, Your Honor, this court should order the Norfolk DA's office to disclose whether its notes contain any statements. They have not disclosed that. If the notes contain any witness statements, and if the Norfolk DA's office is objecting to producing them to the defense, then we're asking this court to have the DA's office produce those notes to the court so that this court can conduct an in-camera review of their notes and evaluate whether they are truly all work product or whether there is in fact discoverable material contained therein. Beyond that, Your Honor, we would rest on our motion in our brief.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lally, your response, please.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, I'll be brief. So essentially what the defendant's motion seeks is, and I would object to the mischaracterization of every single phone call or conversation with a witness as an interview with a witness, but I'm not even sure what half of these are referring to, as I don't recall any of those specific meetings occurring. But if there were meetings, any meeting with a witness post-grand jury was in reference to either harassment that they were sustaining as a result of actions of others in this case, or as a result of a simple explanation as to Rule 17 motions that have been filed for individuals' phones or phone records or other third-party records that they were the subject of. It's a boilerplate response because it's a boilerplate law that applies in this case as far as work product that applies to each and every one of the requests, with the exception of number 8, of which the Commonwealth has no objection to that.
Explain to me how work product applies.
Your Honor, work product applies and specifically in reference to, it's contained within, and I would largely rest on the Commonwealth's motion, but it's contained within what's cited as Beng Sia Liang, in regard to interview notes in preparation of testimony is work product under the case law, under the rule of criminal procedure. The whatever notations may be contained within those. But essentially, these are not statements as they're defined under Rule 14 from any of these conversations with witnesses. Rule 14 doesn't apply to these statements, number one. But secondly, if there is any content, it's either already been provided through the course of discovery, whether it be contained within a police report, grand jury minutes. There's nothing different than what has already been provided. And then secondly, what the case law states and what Rule 14 states is that these types of conversations with witnesses, whether reduced to writing or not, are within the ambit of the work product doctrine.
All right. Any response? You don't necessarily have to, but I just want to see if you want to.
I would just say, Your Honor, their opposition to our motion does not even acknowledge whether there are statements or not statements. I just heard Mr. Lally say that there in fact are statements. So I am going to ask again that this court take those notes there and go through it and in camera and decide whether in fact all of it is work product or whether there exists within it discoverable materials with statements of witnesses. And I find it hard to believe that there wouldn't be any statements of witnesses concerning this case. Thank you.
Do you want to respond at all?
Your Honor, again, with reference to the, as they term them, interviews, but essentially phone calls with witnesses, these were in regard to explaining to them the Rule 17 process, explaining to them what counsel had filed, what types of records were being requested. It was in large part me talking as far as explaining the law and things of that nature. There were not any statements related to the case or any testimony that was discussed or anything of that nature. The one thing that I was referring to is there is one request that does deal with a meeting which involves preparation of a witness for grand jury, and whatever that witness indicated in the course of that was testified to before the grand jury. It is contained within the minutes and contained within police reports of interviews with that same witness. So there's nothing to report.
All right. All right, the next motion is the Commonwealth's motion for reciprocal discovery. But before we begin with that, Mr. Lally, could you tell me what reciprocal discovery has been provided to the Commonwealth at this point?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
All right, so trial is 3 weeks from today. When did the Commonwealth provide its certificate
So the Commonwealth is
compliance?
unable to file its certificate of compliance at this point. The one, I would say, sort of primary piece that we're waiting on is there were 2 rounds of DNA testing that were done at the Bodie Lab in Virginia. One of those was completed. That was in regard to the defendant's taillight. That was finished, I think, first week of March, and counsel already has all of that. The second piece is in relation to the hair from the rear of the defendant's vehicle. Just for sort of review purposes, that was something that had gone or undergone sort of typical DNA testing, which is autosomal DNA testing, which is taking the profile from, or attempting to take the profile from the nucleus of the cell, and it relates to essentially both biological parents. That sample was of insufficient quality or quantity to generate a sample under the autosomal, so we had asked, and the court had ordered, for the mitochondrial DNA testing, which goes to the maternal side only, and the Bodie Lab is able to do that. My latest update from that, and I say all that just to build up as to a sort of caveat as far as the testing is concerned. So the initial estimate as far as the testing was would put us several weeks out. We had asked that it be expedited. We had paid for it to be expedited. And the quickest that they can turn around a report would be sometime in mid-April. The caveat to that is whether or not there is a sufficient quantity and quality for them to generate a mitochondrial DNA profile from the sample. That I should have an answer to, I was told, by the end of the month. So hopefully by either the end of this week or very early next week, because obviously if they aren't able to generate a mitochondrial DNA profile from the sample, then there's no reason to generate one from the victim and do a comparison. So that would sort of end it there, and then we would then be able to file the certificate of compliance.
All right. Every other aspect of the case, though?
Every other aspect of the case, as I mentioned, there was number 8 in the defendant's motion to compel that we should have to them by the end of this week, if not earlier. So every other aspect of the case, as far as discovery goes, should be done from the Commonwealth's perspective. And that's the reason that I filed the motion, Your Honor, at this time, understanding that they're not obligated under the rules of criminal procedure to provide anything, but given that we have an April 16th trial date and I have nothing as far as any sort of reports or notice of experts or testing or anything really at all, I'd appreciate being able to get that, review that, or at least see it, prior to the day we're impaneling.
All right. What do you say, counsel?
Your Honor, as you know, we do not owe them any reciprocal discovery until they file a certificate of compliance, which has not been done. I mean, we have received hundreds of pages of documents. I mean, 4 days ago, we received like 400 pages of documents we haven't gone through. Counsel just handed us a thumb drive with, I don't know what's on this thumb drive. We have to go through that. So we haven't given any reciprocal discovery because we are not obligated to do so.
Do you intend to call experts
Yes.
in areas other than DNA?
I'm going to have to defer to Mr. Jackson, who is on Zoom.
All right, but counsel to arguing these motions was to be present here in court today, right?
Your Honor, if I can be here for just a second on that issue, Mr. Lally made it very clear that given the fact that he was not in compliance with his discovery obligations, that this motion was not to be heard today. So this is sort of coming out of nowhere.
No, hold on. So Mr. Lally doesn't decide what motions were to be argued. Today was for all non-evidentiary pretrial motions were to be argued. This was filed timely. This was on for today. If you feel that you cannot argue it, that's a different story. So you are muted. All right. Mr. Jackson, you're muted.
I don't know how I got muted. Yes, we are intending to call experts, and there are going to be experts that are in areas other than DNA as well. But we haven't provided discovery because we don't even know what the 400 pages that or 500 pages that we just got 3 or 4 days ago include, nor the discovery that was handed to us this morning. As soon as the Commonwealth gets finished with their compliance obligations, we will then comply with our discovery obligations. We have every intention of doing so, and we're fully prepared to do so. We're waiting on them.
So once you get it from the Commonwealth, you can have it in a matter of a day or so, other than the DNA?
Well, I don't know if I can do it in a day, but once we have full
you do know, if you're calling witnesses, you know who you're calling, correct?
I have an idea who I'm calling, yes.
All right, and you've engaged experts, so you've been working with experts, so you should have all that information ready to disclose, correct?
We're in the process of getting those decisions finalized, yes, but some of them are going to be predicated on what the Commonwealth discovery and the totality of the Commonwealth discovery looks like.
No,
I mean, that's their obligation.
No, I understand. All right, but you will be calling witnesses and you will be calling expert witnesses?
Absolutely.
All right. What is your estimate as to how long this case will take to try?
I assume if the Commonwealth case, I'm just throwing a dart at a dartboard, but based on what I know, if the Commonwealth case takes 3 to 4 weeks, I think our case would probably take 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lally, I suggest that you get that information as soon as possible. It could be that I strike it, but I would hear from the defense on that as well. But at least find out if they're able to do the testing.
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right. Thank you. You have your next date. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
All right, please.
Goodbye.
You see Karen very frustrated there. This is just, dragging it on and on and on and on and on. They're just trying to deplete her resources. This is what this is. It's just and they know it. They know what's going on. This is just bullshit tactics. More bullshit tactics. Dragging it on and 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 on. Seems like the Commonwealth just keeps holding information back.
Thanks, man. Thank you for everything so much. Quick and easy, huh?
Yes.
Appreciate you. Not too exciting. Interesting. Some moments, yeah. No.
Hot mic.
But I don't know. I mean, they've been messing around with defense all through this. So I can, he says, like, we can't do this until we have the stuff. They do that all the time. They hit him with, like, hundreds of pages of incomprehensible gibberish. You know, you listen to the
Tim knows. Tim gets it.
These guys are crystal clear.
Hot mic. All right, we'll go back out to Tommy. Let's see what's going on with Tom. Let's see what's going on with Tom. Tom's running. Tom's muted. Oh, Tommy. Tommy. Tom, you're muted. Tom's running. Tommy. Tom, you're muted. Yeah, I know. It is kind of a stupid. Yeah, you're gonna call experts? Yeah, we are gonna fucking call experts. Tom, you're muted. God, this is just depleting the resources. My dad just texted me. He said, hey, he feels that the Commonwealth is on the carpet. They have no case. That's exactly what's happening here. This is just a deplete the resources, keep running all these people in here, back and forth. Tom, you're muted. Here's Karen. It's Richie. Tom is muted. Come on, Tommy. I hope that's not my sound. I don't think it is. I think Tom. There we go. Excuse me. Where's Grant? Grant there today? I didn't see Grant. I knew we were doomed today when Bev said the trial is scheduled for in 3 weeks. And that she wanted Jackson there to argue the motion. So this is
Karen, I like your shoes.
Waste of time, back and forth, depleting resources.
Comes her dad.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff.
What's up,
Because
bud?
obstruction of the
Good to see
defense
ya.
can benefit the state.
All right, Sam. Good day.
Karen's dad might speak.
Do you expect that's going to happen? The judge originally said it.
I just don't know. I believe if it goes to trial, I think there is enough information that's been put forward,
Poor
argued
dad.
by Attorney Jackson, that the grand jury at the state level perhaps was not provided with all of the information it should have been, perhaps not as forthcoming in prosecution. So I think to the extent that that informs Judge Canoni's decision about whether or not to dismiss this case based on Attorney Jackson put forward a week ago, I think that is meritorious. I truly do. But we all know the case. If we go to trial, we will prevail. There will be experts, informed experts. And I always keep thinking of this. I remember some of the letters that were produced in the court. One of them in particular that came, I'm going to paraphrase it, I may be off, the General Counsel for the U.S. Attorneys responding here to Norfolk County, essentially saying that the acting U.S. Attorney from Massachusetts is a very different opinion of this case than was put forth by the Commonwealth here. And I look upon that as the overarching fact that keeps me going. That somebody at that high level, highest level, federal authorities, based on their investigation that is still ongoing, my understanding, essentially or allegedly believes, this was in that letter in early August, and you know what I'm speaking of, you have it. It's the second paragraph, essentially saying Joshua Levy has a very different opinion of the circumstances in this case. And it is essential that his investigation go on. So I'm a reasonable individual. And when I look at that and I digest that and all of the evidence that's been put forward by Karen's relentless defense team, I'm very encouraged.
Bill, did you see why did the judge said that she was expecting a motion for egregious prosecutor misconduct? Why was it not filed?
Gross government misconduct, governmental misconduct. My sense is, as you heard, it was strategic, and you can make of that what you like. But I think you have a pretty good understanding of what that means from our standpoint. It's not that it wasn't substantive, not that it wasn't meritorious. That's my understanding. I don't know what it contained, but from what I was able to glean, just the hearings, it was meritorious. But it was a strategic decision.
How about this? It looks like it'll be a 6-week trial from what we can tell. What do you think about that? What do you make the 6 weeks?
It's been a hell. 26 months, it's been a hell. And if we have to go to trial, we will clear this up. We've always got a great defense team, and we've got the facts. We have the facts. We have the truth. And so I'm not, listen, I want this to end. No father should have to go through this. For a factually innocent child, I want this to end. If it has to end through the court proceeding, then it will. But I'm hopeful this Honorable Judge Canoni will see the merits for the dismissal argument and dismiss this case.
You have a sense that that's what she will do, or
I have no sense. I have no sense. That's within her decision making. But I'm hopeful. I think she's an honorable judge, and I hope she sees this case and its limitations in terms of what's going to go forward. So thank you all. I appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Wow. Great reporting, Tom. Good stuff. Good
job, bud.
Tom. Excellent. Got that full interview. That's great.
Isn't that awesome? You're not just such a nice
So
guy.
nice. I know, right?
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
Nice family.
Oh my God, yes.
Breaks my heart, Tom.
Yep.
Really
It
fucking
does. But that's why we're here.
You know, I'm gonna cry.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
That's why
God,
we're
it's
here,
sad. Why?
okay?
I know, I know. Mm. Sad.
She knows. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll wait for me. You see the new motion for Commonwealth just filed?
No.
No,
Even mentioned
I don't wanna-
pets with free Karen Reed shirts. I fucking Nathan.
Wait, the motion was the I just posted the screenshot. Was the motion released?
I Turbo was talking about it on that thing.
Oh.
I gotta
Yeah.
drive up to Hooksett, New Hampshire to go to work, so
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna try
rewatch
to-
it in the
So
quiet
people
drive.
can I can understand the gear inside, but
Huh?
they're gonna try to keep
Yeah. I'll get one of that. Yeah, no. I forgot. Forgot about that. Scott,
Yeah.
where's your brother? He said he'd give me a ride home.
Oh.
So.
All right.
He was out here talking about.
Yeah, he's yum.
I watch you every single time.
You're watching me right now. How are you? Thank you for watching me.
All right. Well, that's where we are. Another waste of time, more depletion of the resources in Karen Reed's case. Seems like the Commonwealth is still not turning over information that the defense needs. They literally walked into court today and handed them a thumb drive and a manila envelope, and they're like, we have no idea what's on this. We're going to need some time to go through it. Again, I have to agree with everybody out there. I still agree that the Commonwealth does not have a case in this case. It's falling apart pretty quickly, and they're trying to throw every bullshit tactic that they can right now to keep this going. The Commonwealth wants this case to go to trial. I think it's going to be an absolute complete embarrassment because when Jackson and Unetti get up there, they start showing the facts that we know. And then if any of these witnesses want to get on the stand, I think that Jackson and Unetti are going to shred them, absolutely shred them. So I don't know. Another hearing scheduled. I didn't hear what the date was going to be. Bev, I knew this was going to be in trouble today when Bev said trial is 3 weeks away. That didn't feel good. Hopefully the next hearing, Jackson will be here, and I believe that will be for the motion to dismiss. Because we didn't hear anything about that today. And just lots more arguing. Lots more arguing. But that is going to wrap up this live stream today. If this is your first time over here, please make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on this hearing and the whole Karen Reed situation. And make sure to give this a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I am going to head out. I have a very busy day planned ahead here. I need to do some work and get prepared for Melanie Little tomorrow. She will be joining me live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to drop the link for that live. And we're going to ask the question, would Karen Reed need to take the stand? Would Karen Reed need to take the stand? And that will be, you can click on that link there, set it for tomorrow, set your reminder, and I will be back. Again, I appreciate everybody coming over, watching LTL True Crime this afternoon. And we will continue to cover the Karen Reed case. This is getting frustrating. It's getting exhausting. I can only imagine the emotions that Karen is going through at this point. And then, I'm sick of it. I'm over it. I'm sure you're all over it. We just want this to end. Karen Reed needs to not be sitting at that table anymore. She needs to be a free woman, and she will be a free woman. All right, everybody, I'm going to head out. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Talk to you all soon. Peace.
True crime, we going deep in the dark. Yeah, peeling back the layers, expose the hidden them up. From the streets to the alleys where the secrets lie. Getting into my zone, the wicked, no alibi. Escape your crime, unraveling the web of evil. No stone left unturned. We dive into the crime. Yeah, we digging up the dirt, bringing justice to the crime. LTL true crime, unveiling dark realities every time. Unraveling the web of evil. No stone left unturned. We dive into the front. Yeah, we digging up the dirt, bringing justice to the crime. LTL true crime, unveiling dark realities every